What's up everyone, Evie here again. Today I want to share some information on the best platform that you can use for your website. You see, in the past, I came across with many platforms such as Wix, Shopify, Joomla, Magento, and WordPress, to name a few. And each have their own challenges. You have your pros and your cons. And one of the things that I've learned throughout, my time building sites is that it all boils down to preference. Whether you're doing a e-commerce website or whether you're doing a just simple static site, it all comes down to affordability and what's best for, I guess your look or the type of technology you want to use for your site. I want to give you a little bit of insight of the platforms I mentioned: Wix, Shopify, WordPress, and Joomla. And actually, those are the main platforms that I've used in the past, and I still do, because we still have some clients that are using such platforms. And some of the challenges that they have, we've thank God we were able to solve them. So let's go back in time. When I started developing, I started using Joomla. And at that time, Joomla was one of the, I guess, newest platforms that you can build sites. But I didn't realize at that time that Joomla was a very complicated system, because you have modules, you have components, and the whole installation process was a little complicated. But again, I didn't know, because that was my first platform. And as time progressed, WordPress started introducing their own builder. And when I came across WordPress, to me it was like, what is this? It looks so hard, but yet it was simple. And forward to the future, I started developing sites in WordPress and also in Joomla. And then we started comparing, like, well, what's the difference between both of them? And I realized that on WordPress, the installation process, again, it was very simple. In Joomla, it was almost similar. But when it came to developing the pages in Joomla, again, you had components, you have modules, and it wasn't like a drag and drop. It was more of a assign your module or component to this page. Unlike WordPress, WordPress was you installed your theme, and then once your theme has deployed, all you got to do is create a page, and then just drag and drop whatever sections or boxes you want on your site, and then you do your settings, right? So what is the good thing about Joomla and WordPress? That, well, both of them are good. Both of them are CMS's systems, and both can handle any type of complexities. But the only difference is that WordPress is drag and drop, and almost drag and drop, if you will. And Joomla is assigning components and modules to a specific page. So again, whichever you prefer. In reality, I would probably lean you towards WordPress, because we use it more now than what we used to before. So WordPress still is a good platform to use for websites. Now, what about Wix and Shopify? Well, Wix is a drag and drop platform, because it's a whole inclusive. That's the pro of it, that everything is already in the platform: your domain, your setup, and so on. And once you have your theme, all you got to do is drag and drop, and then you can do the edits as you're there, and you can see them live. And that's the good thing about it. Is there a bad thing on Wix? I don't think so. At least I haven't seen anything bad yet. For those of you that like things to be simple, and you don't want to worry about all these complexities, then Wix is the site for you to go with. Of course, one thing is very important: design. If you don't have design skills, well, I mean, the drag and drop won't really be helpful. So I guess that would be the con. Now, what about Shopify? Now, we know that Shopify is good for e-commerce. It's the best platform for it. Although WordPress, Joomla, and Wix have those capabilities. With WordPress, you can use WooCommerce and so on. So with Shopify, there's two things that I do want to mention. Although the installation process and setting up, it's simple, but when it comes to having a site that looks nice and having the rest of your pages, that will require coding. That will require someone that knows how to build the pages by sections. But at the end of that, you still have to consider design. So whenever we design a page, we do the rendition, how we want the website to look, and so on. And so in Shopify, you do the design, but then you have to give it to a programmer so they can program the pages so you can have the sections and so on. So I guess the con on Shopify is that you need to have some programming skills to create other pages aside from the shop. The shop, by default, it's already there. It looks nice. It does what it's supposed to do. But when it comes to your other pages, yeah, you need some insight on how to build them. So there you go. Those are the platforms that we're familiar with, and something that you need to consider whenever you want a website. What's best, right? And it all comes down to preference and the type of site that you want, whether you want an e-commerce site or just a static site. For us, we always recommend WordPress because, again, it's simple. Whenever we do the design, that same design is put into the WordPress site as it is. So hopefully this information helps you, and whenever you are ready to build a site, just consider those points.